Good morning, everyone. Match 6 of the 1979 Cricket World Cup in Sri Lanka was played today on Brian Lara Cricket on PlayStation. It was a repeat of the 1975 World Cup final between West Indies and Australia. West Indies versus Australia at Kandy. Let's have a look at the scorecard and the match report. And that's just folded up, so once again, another fuck up. But what a completely different outcome. This time. It was the same outcome in terms of a victory for West Indies, but look at that scorecard and performance. West Indies won the toss and elected to bowl first on a hard, dry pitch. Clive Lloyd said specifically he thought the bowlers would get a lot of his pace bowlers would get a lot out of the pitch and would give his side the opportunity to really, his fast bowlers would really enjoy it, and to be fair, they did, but it doesn't excuse what's been a woeful performance from Australia. Andrew Hudic, 19, the star batsman for Australia, got out to a woeful shot. There was 32 off 82 deliveries from Rick Darling. Absolute torturous effort. The only batsman that got used to the West Indian fast bowlers was Alan Border. He hit a quick fire 35 of 41, then he got out to a poor shot. Hugh Hughes, a ridiculous run out for 18. Graham Ladd 10. 6 run out, 6 for Gary Cozier, 8 for Trevor Laughlin, 6 for the wicketkeeper Kevin Wright, a duck for Rodney Hogg, Alan Hurst, 4 not out and 3 not out for, just having a look at the notes here, Jeff Dimmock. But have a look at that scorecard. There was 4 run-outs. I mean, they were 131 for 4 from about 37 overs, and then they lost 6 wickets for just 22 runs, and 4 of them run out. They batted before 50 overs and only made 159 for 9 from their 50 overs. West Indian fast bowlers and medium pacers didn't take wickets, but they had a field day, basically. They kept on bowling a good line and length. 1 for 25 for a part-time medium pacer, Collis King. Vivian Richards, Clive Lloyd said he'll be one doing some bowling because he's got part-time leg spin. 2 for 15 he got from his 5 overs. 0 for 24 for Michael Holding. 1 for 20 for Andy Roberts. 0 for 32 for Colin Croft, and 1 for 33 for Joel Garner. All tidy figures. I don't think they'll be too worried that they only took 5 wickets out of the 9 were bowlers, because the fielding was so good and Australia was so weak. The response was just absolutely brutal. They chased runs in just 30.4 overs. You've got to say Desmond Haynes struggled, 23 of 49, but there was 81 off 85 deliveries from Gordon Greenwich, and 55 of just 52 deliveries from Vivian Richards, whose all-round performance was absolutely sensational. 30.4 overs, to wrap up the most emphatic of victories. 0 for 24 for Gary Cozier, 0 for 21 for Trevor Laughlin, 0 for 24 for Rodney Hogg. The star bowler, Alan Hurst, he got whacked all over Kandy. 0 for 62, dreadful start, and 1 for 29 for Jeff Dimmock, who certainly looked the best of the fast bowlers. Match summary, as you can see here. West Indies versus Australia at Kandy. West Indies won the toss and elected to bowl on a hard, dry surface. They restricted Australia to 159 for 9. That is Australia's lowest total in World Cups. And they chased runs down easily in just 30.4 overs. 162 for 1. West Indies winning by 9 wickets. Man of the match, 8 for his 82 off. Let me just double check that it was 82 actually. 81 off just 85 deliveries. Gordon Greenwich. Wonderful start for him. And Vivian Richards were two of the star players in terms of this World Cup for the West Indies. Clive Lloyd's the other one. he won't be too disappointed that he didn't get a bat. That won't surprise you. West Indies is second in the table. They've got off to a good start. I think it's going to be very difficult to see anything other than a West Indies victory in this World Cup so far. England could be the other team that could stop them, but West Indies have got off to an absolute sensational start. Tomorrow's match, Bangladesh versus India. Bangladesh hoping to bounce back from their defeat against England. India looking to build on what was an impressive victory against the Dutch, a convincing victory against the Dutch as well. Go have a look at the star players for Australia and, star players for Australia, Andrew Hilditch and Alan Hurst have had an absolute horror show today. Just absolutely amazing. Yep, need to save the tracking in the archives so that obviously we can find out everything. Absolutely incredible, really. Awful performance. Remember, this Australian side, none of this Australian squad played in the last World Cup. They've had people retire like the Ian Chappells and the Greg Chappells, Dennis Lilly, Jeff Thompson. Really, really, really awful players. Really, really, really unbelievable world-class performers that are not playing for Australia anymore. Andrew Hilditch, 19. Dreadful, dreadful start to the tournament. Hurst got whacked all over the place. Didn't take a wicket, so he's yet to get an average. And even when he does get a wicket, his average will not be there. As for the West Indian star players, there's no average yet because obviously both Vivian Richards and Gordon Greenwich both got knockouts, but 81 runs in his first innings. 55 for Vivian Richards and 2 wickets in his first match at an average of 7. Clive Lloyd didn't do nothing in this match. Captained the side brilliantly as he always does. 1 wicket for sorry, I always struggle with these names. I think I'm getting dementia or something like that, or Alzheimer's. Really becoming difficult now. Joe Garner, 1 wicket, an average of 33, and he bowled tidily as well, Colin Croft, but he didn't get a wicket. But so far, an absolute solid start for the West Indies. West Indies, absolutely awesome today. I don't think anyone could have predicted that performance. We all thought it could be a potentially close game, but this Australian side, I'm actually not kidding. They look completely out of depth. They've got New Zealand in their next match in about 4 days' time. It depends. Ian Chappell, who was commentating after the match, said that was one of the worst one-day batting displays he's ever seen from a team. He said he's seen associate members bat better than that. He said Kim Hughes' tactics was so wrong, and the body language straight away from the Australians after about the first 4 overs, when they scored about 25 in the first 4 overs, just became lost. They could really struggle in this World Cup. But they've got New Zealand in their next match. They'll be hoping to bounce back in that match. Tomorrow's match, Bangladesh versus India. India are hoping to get their second victory of the tournament. Bangladesh looking to bounce back from their thrashing against England. Not expected to do too much. So, for me, Lawrence Howard, reporting on the 1975 Cricket World Cup being played in Sri Lanka on Brian Lara Cricket on PlayStation, I bid you bye-bye for now.